Snipers, you have to see what's happening to the Bitcoin price this Friday as we're heading into the weekend where the markets are the most manipulated. And so far, we have two red daily candles since Bitcoin broke its all-time high. And right now, we are breaching the $61,844 level with our candle body showing a bearish tail and a full body below this major level, actually even breaching this weekly open at 61,450. So I had to get this video out to you guys heading into the weekend. This is a very interesting schematic. You can also see here, if we were to take this ascending support level, we have also breached this level. And last time Bitcoin did this, it was kind of similar to what happened when Bitcoin moved from the $29,000 level all the way up to that $52,000 level, where we had this initial support level, which was extremely bullish for Bitcoin. And then it started to break that level. And you can see it kind of channeled away to the side for a little bit for testing some highs and then coming down a lot further. And then, of course, that eventually turned back into a bullish rally. But now we're seeing something similar. Question is, are we going to be seeing sideways price action similar to what happened in late August, where we stay above the $58,353 level, which I think is important because if you look at this range here, and this is going to go more into the intraday, we have this pretty big range from 58,353 to 50,000. It's a gap, I would say, that if Bitcoin were to pretty much go below 58,300, there's almost a 15% downside that could immediately happen there because there's really no volume in between to justify maybe a support level. We do have the previous weekly open at 54,660, but that is going to be going away here in about 2 days when this new weekly candle opens up. So I think it's very interesting to see what's happening right now. I think the biggest level for those bears that are watching the channel, I guess, is going to be the $58,353 level. If we can stay above this level, I don't think the bears really have, real plot to go by, because at the same time, we could just assume right now what we're seeing is just a flaggish type of pattern before another continuation move to the upside, right? So I think that right now 58,353 is very important. And then when it comes to the potential momentum coming back for Bitcoin, I think that first and foremost, we need to get above 61,844 because now that puts us above the weekly open, which we're going to have this previous weekly open in green always on the Snipers channel, move up to this level next week at 61,844-ish. And that's going to become a very important support. So if we can get above 61,844, I think that there's still potential. We could see further momentum for Bitcoin to potentially even go into new all-time highs because, of course, the only roadblock at that point would be 64,855. So I think that that's really the biggest range to keep in mind coming into the weekend, 58,353 and 61,844 for now. And then, maybe 64,855 if we can first get above the weekly open here at 61,844. So very important range there, 58,353, 64,855. The numbers here on the Sniper channel are always exact. And Adonis actually posted this on the Discord. Bitcoin returns after fully recovering from a 50% drawdown. Very interesting chart on our Discord. Remember, we have the #1 cryptocurrency trading Discord group in the world, one of the largest. The link is in the description below for those not in the group. Thank you for your participation, Adonis, once again. So I want to first look at what's happening here to Ethereum before we get into some of the other evolving parts, because I know this is a big coin. A lot of people are watching it. And you can see we're retesting this market structural support of this symmetrical triangle that we broke out from. And that's right around that 39.59 support level. So that's going to be a very important level for Ethereum. If we breach below this, not only are we going to come back down to test 36.50, but that puts us back inside of this market structural symmetrical triangle, which means we would have to now reconquer this resistance. And this could have been a fake out break. So I think that Ethereum is also in a very critical position, and it's going to most likely lead altcoins, and really the determining factor for altcoin season is going to be this Ethereum to Bitcoin chart, I think, because a lot of institutions will follow what Ethereum is doing, being the largest altcoin when it comes to the other positions they have in altcoins. So yeah, we saw a relief rally today. Solana moved up above 200, for example, but it did not form a new all-time high, right? So these are the things that really matter in the macro. And with Ethereum, of course, we did form a new all-time high, I guess you can say, with the Ethereum US dollar price for maybe a couple minutes before that came down. But what's more important is this Ethereum to Bitcoin chart closing this daily candle above the 200-day moving average fully, and now we have a second daily candle above the 200-day moving average. It's a very, very critical period here and place for Ethereum to Bitcoin. If we can get above the monthly open at 68,900, that's going to be a huge positive for altcoins. But if we start to see any weakness, that's not going to be a good thing, and that would go in line with the thesis that Bitcoin dominance wants to continue further up, while altcoins maybe don't see as much momentum as Bitcoin, if it continues into price discovery, or if we start to see Bitcoin's price come down, that brings the total market cap down, and then altcoins will not only bleed into Bitcoin, but they'll also bleed in the US dollar pairing, which could also be the reason Bitcoin dominance is moving up. So we're starting to get the effects of this. It's like a hurricane almost. It's coming, towards the coastline, or it's like a tsunami, right? It's coming close to the tide line. We're starting to see the effects of it, the floods, and how that's really affecting the altcoin market, with Bitcoin breaking, pretty decently above its all-time high, with Ethereum just kind of going up and rejecting into it. And so it's going to be interesting to see Bitcoin dominance here as well, coming below the 200-day moving average. If we stay below this level, we're going to watch 44.63, the previous weekly open. If we get below this area, that could be showing some weakness and a slowdown in Bitcoin dominance. So it's going to be interesting, because this is something that is new here, that it's just came above the 200-day moving average for the first time this year. And that was, when altcoin season started and might have ended, right? So that's why it's important. Now, this chart is giving us a little bit of a leading hint, possibly, to what Ethereum to Bitcoin wants to do, with the altcoins outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum still below the 200-day moving average, trying to get above it, but a little bit weaker than the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart. And I would expect that if the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart is planning to come down further. So that's an interesting correlation to get from this chart, which is a very custom chart. And then I'll quickly go over the revolving parts, like the DXY, still very calm, but sitting below an important resistance. So that is very good for assets like the S&P 500, forming a new all-time high, and that's a huge deal. So far, it looks like it's an indecision candle coming into Friday, but we can't doubt the S&P 500. Every time it's come to the previous highs, it's broke it. So I don't see a reason to doubt it right now. It looks good. Japan still very undecided. Euro 100 also forming new all-time highs, and then gold pushing up above the 200-day moving average to end the week shows a little bit of institutional fear in the market. But is this something that really matters? I think we'll find that out next week, or is it just a Friday game show for the retail traders by the institutions? U.S. oil looking very strong, new all-time highs there. So commodities and inflation certainly affecting commodities, allowing Bitcoin to move up. But Bitcoin is not just moving up like every other asset. It's showing a lot of strength here. Look at this against gold, breaking into new territory. It hasn't seen this for a long, long time. And this was initially where we topped out at 64,000, but it's clearly showing strength against gold right now, being able to break into new territory. So thank you all for tuning into the Snipers channel today. Hope you enjoyed today's analysis. I certainly enjoy doing this for you guys each and every day. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, remember to subscribe to the channel. Join the Discord group if you guys haven't already. We have the #1 cryptocurrency Discord group in the world. It's going to be interesting to see how Bitcoin reacts. Look at this chart that's inverted. I'm very interested to see how Bitcoin's going to react here between the range of 58,353 and the $61,844 level, which we'll find out real soon, it seems like. Remember, on the Sniper channel, we wait for those 4-hour and hourly confirmations below those major levels. We could say we, have a 4-hour below it, but we're still just kind of attached to the level. So it's going to be interesting to see where that goes. And with that, thank you for tuning in today. Sniper. By the way, have a great weekend. Snipers out.